Stop scrolling. You're about to discover 6 moves she can't explain but craves. And once you watch till the end, you'll see why they work every time. Trust me, this isn't about tricks. It's about unlocking attraction on a deeper level. Watch, learn, and transform your confidence today. Drop your city where you're watching from and subscribe for more life-changing advice. You might think confidence is just standing tall, speaking clearly, or never hesitating, but it's far more profound than that. True confidence isn't loud or flashy. It's quiet, internal, and undeniable. It's a state of being that communicates to everyone around you, especially women, that you are secure in who you are. When a man exudes this energy, it sparks curiosity, intrigue, and attraction, sometimes before a single word is exchanged. Women may not be able to articulate why they're drawn to you, but their instinct recognizes it immediately. There's a subtle, almost primal chemistry at play when someone carries themselves with confidence. It begins with self-awareness. A man who knows his values, his boundaries, and his goals doesn't need to prove himself to anyone. He carries a calm assurance, a presence that suggests, "I am enough and I know it." This isn't arrogance. In fact, arrogance often repels. The difference is that confidence is grounded in reality. It's the result of effort, reflection, and personal mastery. A woman can sense the difference instantly, even subconsciously. When you walk into a room with this kind of energy, you aren't just noticed, you are felt. What's fascinating is how psychology explains this. Confidence signals emotional stability and competence. Evolutionarily, humans have learned to gravitate toward individuals who seem capable of navigating life's challenges. A man who knows himself, who handles situations with calm and clarity, sends a nonverbal message. I am a man who can be trusted, relied upon, and admired. Attraction at its core isn't about superficial appearance. It's about the energy you radiate. And confidence, more than anything else, is the language of energy. Body language plays a crucial role here. Think about how a confident man moves, his shoulders relaxed, his posture upright, his steps deliberate. These small cues communicate authority, security, and openness simultaneously. His voice carries weight, not because it's loud, but because it's measured, clear, and intentional. Even silence can be magnetic when delivered with assurance. You don't need to fill every gap with words. Your presence alone conveys competence and strength. Women instinctively notice these subtleties. They sense it in your posture, your gaze, your calm under pressure. This is why confidence is often more powerful than charm or flattery. It speaks directly to the subconscious. But confidence isn't just external, it's also internal. It grows from mastery over your own mind. A confident man isn't easily shaken by rejection, criticism, or uncertainty. He understands that setbacks are part of life, and that external validation is secondary to his own sense of worth. This mindset frees him from neediness and desperation, traits that, ironically, destroy attraction faster than anything else. Women are drawn to men who are emotionally autonomous because it signals resilience, maturity, and reliability. When you don't need constant reassurance, you become a man of intrigue, someone whose attention is earned rather than demanded. Another layer of confidence lies in decision-making. Indecision breeds insecurity, which is instantly perceptible. When a man can make choices confidently, whether about small daily matters or life-altering decisions, it projects stability. Women are naturally attracted to men who can navigate the world decisively, not because they dominate, but because they are self-assured. This decisiveness is not about control. It's about demonstrating that you are in command of yourself, your priorities, and your direction. That clarity of purpose resonates deeply, drawing people to you effortlessly. And yet, true confidence is also paradoxical. It is humble. The confident man knows he doesn't need to prove anything to anyone, but he still listens, empathizes, and engages authentically. This balance between strength and sensitivity creates a magnetic pull that cannot be faked. Women can detect pretense instantly. If your confidence is built on ego or arrogance, it collapses under scrutiny. But when it's rooted in authenticity, it's enduring. It's the kind of energy that leaves a lasting impression long after the conversation ends. In daily life, cultivating this kind of confidence requires reflection, practice, and courage. It's about facing your fears, mastering your emotions, and committing to continual growth. Small, consistent actions, speaking up, standing firm in your opinions, pursuing your passions, compound over time. Each success, no matter how minor, strengthens your inner foundation. Soon, confidence ceases to be a performance and becomes a natural state of being. Women sense this transformation instantly because it transcends words. It's a signal of who you are at your core. Ultimately, the lesson is clear. Confidence is magnetic because it communicates authenticity, competence, and emotional sovereignty. It signals that you are a man who knows himself and can navigate life with clarity and composure. Women may not articulate why they're drawn to this energy, but their attraction is undeniable. Confidence isn't about tricks, appearances, or manipulation. It's about becoming the man you were always capable of being. So, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this: cultivate your confidence relentlessly. Stand tall, know your worth, and act with purpose. The world and the women who truly matter will feel it even before a word is spoken. And that, more than anything else, is the silent language of attraction that no one can ignore. Attraction is rarely about grand gestures or overt declarations. In fact, the moments that ignite desire are often subtle, almost invisible if you're not paying attention. Women respond deeply to nuance: the way you listen, the way you touch, the energy you bring into a room. These small, intentional actions create connection on a level that words alone cannot reach. It's the difference between being noticed and being unforgettable. Subtlety, when paired with awareness, becomes a form of silent communication, a language that bypasses logic and speaks directly to her instincts. The power of touch, for example, is extraordinary, but only when applied with care and timing. A fleeting touch on the arm, a brush of the hand, a reassuring pat on the back. These gestures, when sincere, trigger a chemical and emotional response that words cannot replicate. They communicate attention, interest, and a gentle dominance that signals security without threat. Women instinctively pick up on these cues. The effect is subconscious, yet undeniable. It's a reminder that attraction isn't always loud. It's quiet, deliberate, and profoundly intimate in the smallest of actions. Equally important is the role of attentive listening. This is not passive hearing, but active engagement. When you truly focus on what she's saying, responding thoughtfully and reflecting understanding, it signals that you value her presence and perspective. Women are naturally drawn to men who can listen without judgment, who can engage without rushing to dominate the conversation. This creates a subtle intimacy, a sense of being seen and appreciated that is far more potent than flattery or surface-level charm. Emotional awareness becomes a bridge between two people, a way to communicate connection and desire without words. Timing is another critical element. Anticipation is a form of power. If you rush intimacy, overwhelm with attention, or act predictably, you diminish the magnetic effect of your presence. But when you understand pacing, when to lean in, when to step back, when to tease and when to console, you create tension that is irresistible. This rhythm of interaction keeps her engaged mentally and emotionally. It's the subtle dance between availability and restraint, a dynamic that keeps desire alive without ever feeling forced. Understanding this rhythm elevates every interaction into something memorable, something that lingers in her mind long after you're gone. The most fascinating aspect of subtlety is how it operates on multiple levels simultaneously. While she may be responding physically to touch or tone, she's also registering your emotional cues, your calmness, your focus, your intentionality. This multi-layered communication bypasses conscious thought. She may not be able to explain why she's drawn to you, but her instincts are clear. Subtlety is not about manipulation, it's about refinement, about creating resonance with her subconscious that feels natural, authentic, and magnetic. Playfulness, when subtle, is another underestimated tool. Light teasing, clever banter, or a mischievous smile can ignite attraction in ways that compliments never can. The key is to balance humor with respect, to create a sense of intrigue without diminishing her or yourself. Playfulness demonstrates confidence, intelligence, and emotional flexibility, all qualities that trigger deep, instinctive attraction. It shows that you are comfortable in your own skin, capable of joy, and attentive to the energy between you. Small moments of levity, when delivered with precision, become emotionally charged signals that she unconsciously craves. Subtlety also extends to vulnerability. Ironically, showing small, measured glimpses of your own humanity can deepen attraction. When you reveal a personal insight, a small fear, or a fleeting emotion without oversharing or seeking validation, you create authenticity. Women sense this honesty. It signals strength, emotional intelligence, and courage. Vulnerability, when paired with composure and confidence, becomes magnetic. It's a paradox. The man who is secure enough to reveal himself in small, intentional ways draws others closer than the man who masks everything behind bravado. Ultimately, the art of subtlety is about awareness. It's about reading cues, sensing moods, and responding in a way that feels effortless yet deliberate. Every movement, every glance, every word can communicate volumes if applied thoughtfully. Women may not be able to pinpoint why they are drawn to you, but they will feel it. Emotional and physical subtlety creates a landscape in which attraction can grow organically, a silent conversation that is as powerful as it is invisible. So if there's one truth to take away from this, it is that small, deliberate actions are often the most transformative. It's not about overwhelming gestures or constant attention. It's about precision, authenticity, and timing. Learn to move with awareness, to engage with intention, and to create a rhythm of subtle connection. When you master this, attraction becomes natural, effortless, and deeply magnetic. Remember this: the quiet, thoughtful moves, the touches, the listening, the pacing, the playful gestures are what truly ignite desire. They speak to her instinct, her emotions, her mind, long before words ever do. Master subtlety, and you master the silent language of connection. The next time you interact, act with awareness, and watch how what seems invisible becomes unforgettable. Attraction is rarely straightforward. Women are drawn not only to what you do, but to the energy you carry, the unpredictability that keeps them intrigued. Mystery is one of the most potent elements in human connection. It's not about being secretive for the sake of it. It's about maintaining a sense of depth, individuality, and intrigue that cannot be consumed in one glance or one conversation. When a man embodies mystery, he invites curiosity, encouraging her mind to engage with him beyond the superficial. This isn't a game, it's a reflection of a life lived fully, with boundaries, passions, and experiences that are uniquely yours. Challenge works hand in hand with mystery. Women are instinctively attracted to men who present a gentle, attainable challenge. It's not about manipulation or emotional games. It's about the balance between accessibility and independence. A man who is fully engaged in his own life, who has goals, routines, and personal standards, naturally generates intrigue. He isn't constantly seeking validation, nor does he bend to the whims of attention. This creates a tension that fuels desire because she senses that you are a man of substance, one whose attention must be earned rather than assumed. Challenge, in this sense, becomes a mirror of your authenticity. The psychological underpinning of this is fascinating. Humans are wired to seek what feels valuable yet requires effort to obtain. If everything is handed over too easily, the mind undervalues it. Attraction is, in many ways, a cognitive evaluation filtered through emotion and instinct. When a man presents himself as independent, decisive, and occasionally unpredictable, he engages her curiosity. She wants to explore, to understand, to connect, not because she is being tested, but because she recognizes a depth that is compelling. Mystery is the silent signal that there is more to discover, and this anticipation ignites excitement and desire. Living with mystery requires self-possession. It's rooted in the idea that you are a full man first, not defined by her attention or approval. When you have a life rich with passions, experiences, and goals, you naturally become a figure of intrigue. You don't need to overshare or over-explain. Your energy communicates more than words ever could. Women instinctively recognize this depth, even if they cannot articulate it. It's the man who smiles with calm confidence, who listens without overcommitting, who maintains his rhythm of life that draws them in. Mystery doesn't create distance, it creates fascination. Challenge also thrives in the way you set boundaries. A man who knows what he will and won't accept sends a clear message. He respects himself and he expects the same from others. This is magnetic because it mirrors a sense of self-respect and integrity. It signals that your attention is valuable and that you navigate the world on your own terms. Women feel this deeply. They are not seeking a struggle for struggle's sake, but they are drawn to the emotional and intellectual stimulation that arises from engaging with someone who is centered, deliberate, and whole. Play, curiosity, and unpredictability are equally critical components. A man who can surprise, delight, and challenge in small, thoughtful ways keeps interactions fresh. He may drop a spontaneous remark, share a story with unexpected insight, or pursue a goal that fascinates without inviting her control. These actions are subtle yet powerful. They disrupt monotony and inject energy into the connection. Women respond to this unpredictability because it signals a mind that is active, engaged, and alive. Mystery and challenge are not manipulations. They are reflections of an authentic, vibrant life. Another layer of this dynamic is emotional equilibrium. Mystery and challenge are ineffective if they come with volatility or inconsistency rooted in insecurity. A man who is unpredictable because he is unstable creates tension and fear, not attraction. True magnetic energy arises when challenge is balanced with reliability and mystery is paired with authenticity. Women may feel the pull of your intrigue, but they also need the anchor of your consistency and emotional presence. The combination of unpredictability and reliability forms the foundation of irresistible attraction. At its core, mystery and challenge are about self-mastery. You cultivate them by developing your interests, maintaining your personal standards, and living in alignment with your values. The more fully you inhabit your life, the more magnetic you become. Women do not need elaborate explanations for why they are drawn to you. They sense your depth, your focus, and your integrity. They respond instinctively, feeling both fascination and respect. The man who embraces mystery and challenge in a genuine, grounded way embodies a subtle power that is difficult to resist. So, as you reflect on this, understand that mystery and challenge are not tactics. They are a byproduct of living intentionally. When you are fully yourself, pursuing your passions, honoring your boundaries, and inviting curiosity without coercion, attraction emerges naturally. It's an energy, a presence, and a rhythm that cannot be manufactured artificially. Mystery and challenge are the silent architects of desire, building connection that is deep, authentic, and enduring. If you take one insight from this, let it be this: cultivate your life, your interests, and your standards, and let them shine quietly but unmistakably. Do not overshare, do not chase, and do not dilute your essence to please others. Be fully present, fully alive, and fully yourself. When you do, you create an irresistible force that draws her in naturally, and that, more than anything else, she cannot explain, but she will feel it intensely and irrevocably.